Good morning, everyone. This is a beautiful live shot from the back patio here at TV8. This is the second time we've got to set up our camera. Good morning to you, and thank you for tuning into TV8's Good Morning Vail for Monday, September 27th edition. I'm one of your hosts, Maddie Evans, alongside Kevin Shields. Good morning, Kevin.
Well, good morning, Maddie. What about those aspens? Absolutely beautiful.
I know. It is fall foliage season right now. I can't believe how dark it was when I left my house this morning.
Yep, the days are getting shorter and shorter, but I tell you, what an amazing weekend. The weather was perfect. The aspens are exploding, I think, just about at their peak, and I couldn't ask for a better weekend.
Seriously, it was so beautiful out and about this weekend just to get out there and do anything outside. That sun was shining all day. It was a perfect temperature where you could be like kind of layered up really in the morning and then slowly remove your layers and then just throw them back on as the sun started to go down. There was an incredible sunset this weekend too. I was in such awe of it.
Yeah, and just coming off the full moon at night. I mean, last night when I woke up this morning, went outside, the stars were still just
brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, oh, it's getting so close to winter.
Yeah.
It's getting so close to winter.
And Farmers Market this weekend in Vail. One more weekend left of Farmers Market in Vail, but it was packed again.
I can only
imagine. A lot
imagine.
of people driving down that I-70 corridor and taking full advantage of what the mountains have to offer this weekend.
I mean, driving through Vail, obviously I live in Vail, so I'm a little bit biased, but driving through Vail right now is so incredible because all of the aspens are just perfectly starting to turn, and it's like breathtaking.
Yeah, lots of cameras out. I saw people with their cameras parked alongside the road, getting those epic shots.
Yep, those fall foliage.
Before that four-letter S word comes in, snow. How many more days?
Like 47 more days, maybe 46, one of the two.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. Cram my foot in a ski boot, let's go.
And I don't know where September went. We are, what is it, 27th today? It's just gone.
Blinked and it was over. It's crazy.
But we're going to whisk right into snow season.
I know, and a great way to do it is every Friday night at the Vail Performing Arts Center, Underground Sound is taking place. I went and saw Molly Tuttle on Friday.
I know you were so excited about that.
It was incredible. She, like one of the first songs she started out with was She's a Rainbow, originally played by the Rolling Stones. It is my favorite song in the whole wide world, and her very acoustic, like very bluegrassy version of it was amazing. I was like, I have to get up and dance. I was one of the first two people on the dance floor at the Vail Center this weekend.
And still plenty of shows going on at the Vail Center for the Underground Sound, so make sure you go online, get your tickets. Remember the different COVID procedures, so check online for that before you go, so you're not surprised, and enjoy that wonderful underground sound series.
Yeah. Oh. This weekend is Jade Bird, which is the one that I was like counting down for, so I'm really excited for this weekend as well.
Great show.
I know, all of the great shows. And speaking of great shows, we've got a great show right here.
We've got a lot of guests coming in today,
Yes, we do.
And a lot of diversity, so we're going to get to talk to a lot of people. Claire's coming back.
From the Vail, from the Vail Symposium, giving us some great information on another wonderful upcoming event that they have.
Yep. Juan Pena is going to be here.
A school board candidate for Eagle County, yes.
And Bookworm, one of our favorites. We love the Bookworm.
I am still yet to meet my soulmate in the Bookworm, so I'm a little bit salty, but it's fine. Maybe I'll go today. Maybe I'll go tomorrow. Who knows?
Who knows?
The soulmate search at the Bookworm is on. But yes, Allie's coming in. Do you want to know why she's coming in today?
Why?
It is Banned Book Week. There have been so many great American literature classics that are banned from children reading in schools. To Kill a Mockingbird is one of them, which is absolutely crazy. I remember having to read that and do 4 book reports. Yeah, they made you make sure that you read this book. Not only did you do book reports and essays, but you took multiple tests on it. This book was like a staple in our school systems, and now it is no longer.
Well, this will be interesting then to hear the different books that have been banned and kind of go take a little stroll through history and find out why and what's out there, and have people be able to go into the Bookworm and check those out.
I know. And another great thing that we're going to get some more information on that's taking place this weekend is a comedy show at Little Beach Park in Minturn.
I cannot wait to hear about that. That is exciting.
It is super exciting. There's nothing that I love more than a good giggle.
Yeah, I know. We were doing a lot of that before the show.
I know, yeah. I was, touching up my hair, and Kevin was making fun of my curling iron. He was then making Harry Potter references for the rest of the morning. It was great.
It's just the way we roll.
I know. Expelliarmus, Wingardium Leviosa. Doesn't that make you float? I think one of those makes you float.
Yeah,
we're going to have to look
yeah.
it up. We're going to have to look that up. Coming back to you on the Harry Potter spells. Well, I think we should take a short break, and then we should look at the weather and see if we're going to get any snow.
Let's do.
We'll be right back after this short break.
Good morning, Vail.
All aboard!
Step on. Take a look around. And take a listen. Relax to the rhythm of the train on the tracks. For the kids, and the kid in all of us, the Leadville, Colorado and Southern Railroad.
Located in sunny San Diego, just steps from one of the most prestigious beaches in California. I'm Stephanie J. This is the Opulent Minute. Located just a half a block to La Jolla Shores Beach, this property has amazing outdoor space, which includes a large deck off the living room and decks off each bedroom. The jacuzzi on the back patio is perfect for relaxing in after a long day at the beach. I'm here with Andres, the owner of Dinner with a Chef. Tell us a bit about the services that you offer.
We offer personal chef experiences for any occasion where you're able to enjoy your guest while leaving the rest to us.
For more information, visit opulentvacations.com. The open, contemporary design, complete with marble flooring and modern appliances, make this the ultimate luxury beach accommodation. Opulent Vacations' signature concierge service is included with every reservation. I'm heading down to the beach to soak up some sun. Thanks for watching the Opulent Minute. Book now at opulentvacations.com.
Eric Stundblad with Good Morning Vail here alongside Maddie Evans. As always, Maddie, we've been having a blast bringing everyone Good Morning Vail back into their lives, but something has been missing, Maddie. Something has been missing.
I'm so excited. The watch and wins. We're giving things away.
This was the favorite part of our show back in the day. We love to give away free prizes. In just a few short weeks, we are going to be back with more watch and wins.
Historic Deerfield is significant as a site because we're an important place in American history.
All but a few of the historic houses are on their original home lots. The original town plan from the 1670s is still in place. The town retains its original scale, and in many of the houses we have objects connected to Deerfield, the Connecticut River Valley, and New England. And all of this together helps to convey a deep sense of place.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail, and we're looking now out at Leadville. Look at that beautiful sunrise coming up over the mountains. Again, those beautiful shadows with those crisp peaks. We saw some snow up there a couple weeks ago, and as we take a look at the weather, it could possibly come back. So let's take a look. 40 degrees this morning, 8 a.m. here, 74 is the high, so it's going to be a nice day, partly cloudy, 20% chance of precipitation, but just should be another beautiful day here. Tonight, low of 40 degrees, and as we look at that I-70 corridor, Eagle's going to see 79, Avon 77, 74 in Vail, but look at Denver, 90 degrees, so they're still keeping the suntan oil out to get those tans towards the last part of the season. And bumping in and taking a look at that 5-day, we've got Tuesday, 68 degrees, some thunderstorms coming in. We've got 60 degrees coming up Wednesday, but look at those lows, 39, 35, 33, 62 degrees Thursday, 63, Friday, 64 on a Saturday, partly cloudy, but with that precipitation, could come a little bit of snow. So check those higher altitudes throughout the week, and I think we're gonna see some white stuff start to accumulate up there. That's the 5-day forecast. We'll be back with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
My name's James, and I've been in the market for mortgages several times over the years, so I've gone through the process with different people. And when I met Andrea, she explained to me why my current loans were subpar and how she could get better loans with better rates.
If I had to describe Andrea in one word, I think I would use the word passionate. She is very passionate about what she does and getting the right solutions for her clients, and that made her an absolute pleasure to work with.
Hi, I'm Andrea Cox. You can reach me at 435-631-9262. Call me, text me, or you can reach me at my website, andreacoxmortgage.com.
All aboard!
Step on. Take a look around. And take a listen. Relax to the rhythm of the train on the tracks. For the kids, and the kid in all of us. The Leadville, Colorado and Southern Railroad.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Historic Deerfield is significant as a site because we're an important place in American history.
All but a few of the historic houses are on their original home lots. The original town plan from the 1670s is still in place. The town retains its original scale, and in many of the houses we have objects connected to Deerfield, the Connecticut River Valley, and New England. And all of this together helps to convey a deep sense of place.
Good morning, Vail.
Maybe you enjoy giggling as much as I enjoy giggling. There's a great place to be this weekend, something that we don't really get the pleasure of having to do very often, a Minturn Comedy show, and I'm joined by the host of it, Liz Fair. And Liz, thank you for being here this morning. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but it's been great in between time since I've seen you anyway.
I know. Well, and we saw each other at the concerts
That
a
was
couple
fun.
times.
Yes, that was fun.
Out and about, dancing a little bit.
Of course, yeah.
Which was great.
You gotta do it.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, this weekend, this is an exciting event taking place.
I'm really excited about it. I have been working really hard on finding the perfect venue to bring some levity here to everybody in the Valley. And Cindy over at the Little Beach Amphitheater agreed to bang it out with some comedy. And it's their final show before they close down for the winter season.
Oh, man.
So it's the last event at the Little Beach Amphitheater just before they close down for the cold.
Which is perfect that you got it.
Yes.
Perfect that you got it.
I feel lucky.
Yeah. And so for people who have never been to this, because you've done this before.
I've done it before. I haven't done it there. It was my first time at a beautiful big outdoor adventure venue. I wanted to let everybody come and feel safe, which you know what I mean. So I just figured a nice outdoor venue would be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have done it here in the Valley plenty of times, many times. And I decided that I wanted to do something right after all the chaos that we've all been through. Bring some levity to everybody here in the Valley and just make everybody feel like they're not alone in wanting to just burst out and laugh at the world right now and life and in general. So I've gone ahead and booked myself. I've been doing comedy about 25 years, stand-up, so I know my stuff. And then I have Pam Van Nostern, who's amazing. She's super hilarious. You're going to love her. She's the feature. And then we have Zach Moss, who's the headliner, who I recently saw out here in Vail So I know he's really funny too. I know Pam very well, and I just met Zach, and he's a riot. I think everybody's going to get a little bit different variety of brains.
Which that's always the best part about comedy is because sometimes it registers better when you like switch it up.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. And we're all completely different. You know, she's alternative. I'm just a mess. I'm a goof. I pick on myself. I pick on everything that we're all thinking that don't want to say.
Yeah.
That would be me.
I love that. I love that. Someone needs to do it right now.
Yeah, it's my job.
Yeah, someone needs to make us laugh about all of the craziness in the world.
So much happens, and you know, you don't realize it. Like all the music that we've been treated to this summer has been relaxing and enjoyable and cathartic. We've needed it. You don't realize it once you start rolling that belly laughter. Man, I mean, I've seen people just start crying because they haven't laughed so hard in so long at a different show that I was at and stuff. It just really, it brings you just to this, really, it's like inertia.
Yeah,
it's
seriously,
really
the
great.
serotonin that comes out when you belly laugh is absolutely incredible.
It's the best. You know, it's the same feeling like when you pet your dog.
Yeah.
And you get that, just that emotional joy.
Yeah.
It's the same feeling.
Yeah.
When you're laughing, and then you realize you're laughing at stuff that's been making you cry for a year and a half, you know, or 10 years, you know, depending on what I'm talking about or anybody else's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the best thing. It's a dopamine boost that we all need.
Seriously, I'm excited, and I like do this terrible thing where I giggle, and then I giggle so hard I snort, and then my snorting turns into this terrible cycle, and then I turn purple, and then I cry.
Cool. Can we put you in the front? Because we need that. That's the laughter that we need. A purple people eater laughter.
Yeah, the one that's crying. The girl that's crying because she's laughing so hard.
It's okay. I have a crazy, crazy laugh too. So, I mean,
love it.
You know, I think it's infectious too.
Yeah.
I think once you start snorting and I laugh even when I'm on stage because I'm not your typical comic that just stands there all stoic after I said something hilarious. I'll just laugh.
Yeah.
Because I just like to. You know, it's just my
Well,
thing.
And you're like, I'm funny, and I know it.
And I'm funny, yeah.
So if people want to get more information, where can they go?
Well, they can go look on Facebook. It's all over. We're sponsoring it over at the radio station that I work for, KKVM The Mile and KZYR The Zephyr.
Okay.
Okay, so we're the local radio stations here in town that we're sponsoring it along with the Little Beach Amphitheater. I know it's on the Minturn's event page, the Minturn Town of Minturn's event page, and then they can get all the information. But it starts at 6, that's when seating is at the Little Beach. Then the show time is 6:30, and then directly after the show, we have live music.
Yeah,
with
all
the
over.
Altitones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all over. That's gonna be a busy weekend.
Yeah.
And what is admission fees so people can gear
Sure.
up?
Well, it's only $10, and that goes to pay the comics. So it's really just a $10 fee to watch an hour and a half of comedy and then an hour of live music.
Amazing.
And then parties afterwards to follow. There's a couple of birthdays and special celebrations that we're going to throw after that. So it's just going to be one heck of a night on Sunday evening.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sunday is gonna be so busy because people can go to the farmers market,
Right.
start
Right.
in Vail, and then make their way over to Minturn.
Correct. It's going to be great. Minturn's kicking it all weekend long. They have another thing going on Saturday. Bands at bars all day long. So, I mean, it's such a lovely town. I love it there. You just feel so cozy and happy, and everybody's connected over there. It's nice.
I know. But Minturn has always been that like perfect little quaint town, like family feeling.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, without a doubt. You can just walk along the road, and everybody's just smiling and saying hi, and all the little shops and stuff.
Everything.
I love it.
Yeah. The new sunrise there, it's amazing.
Man, it's so good.
It's so good.
I know.
I love it.
And they're open later now, too, so I like that.
Oh, yeah. Now they do moonrise, too, which is fun and different.
Why not? You know, who doesn't want coffee when the moon comes up?
There we go. I wonder how their espresso martini is there.
Ew. Oh, God. Actually, it might be okay, but ugh.
All right. Well,
7 in the morning and a martini just made me want to go back to sleep.
No, you drink them at night.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
That's better. But thinking about it at 7 in the morning.
Oh, that would be rough. Yeah. No wonder. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to handle that.
No,
either.
no. I wouldn't be able to handle it at night either. I'm a lightweight.
All right, so one more time. Starts at 6 o'clock.
Right. The seating, you show up at 6 o'clock. I definitely say bring a blanket or a chair. We'll have a bunch too, just in case somebody forgets. And bring a little layer because it's October.
Yeah.
And might get a little cool. That's why we're doing it a little early too, so we can have everybody not freeze.
Yeah.
But I think that once we're all laughing, we're going to be toasty warm anyway. But bring a little jacket or a sweater or a blankie to wrap yourself up in, and come on down. Bring $10, and it's a BYOE. Bring your own everything, so you can enjoy yourself. No matter what you want. Bring it, food, snacks, cocktails, whatever you want. Bring it with you. Maybe get a sunrise martini and bring it on over.
Yeah, seriously, it's a go martini. That sounds perfect to me.
That is, right? Yeah, there you go. So it'll be a lot of fun, and we just want to bring joy and laughter to everybody and make everybody just take a breath. And then I believe that once you're done cracking up at stuff, you go forward in a different fashion. You kind of have a little bit more levity in your steps, and you look at things a little lighter and brighter.
Yeah, which I think is important right now.
It really is.
Oh my gosh, Liz, thank you so much
You're
for coming
welcome.
in.
I love you. You're so cute.
I love you, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to come
good.
and giggle.
I'm glad. Yeah. You got to giggle. You got to giggle and wiggle and just have a good time that night.
Oh, yeah. I'll be giggling. I'll be wiggling.
Yes.
I'll be snorting. I'll be turning purple. Don't worry.
She's going to be snorting and turning purple, so I'm going to be excited for that. I really want you to sit up close.
Okay. I'll make sure that when I get there, like, throw some elbows to get up
There you
close,
go.
'cause,
Yeah, perfect.
You know, that's how it always goes. Thank you.
You're very welcome, girl.
Make sure that you go to the Minturn website, the town of Minturn. You look at their event schedule. You get all the details and more for this weekend because there's so much happening. But Sunday, you want to be at Little Beach Park enjoying some fabulous comedy. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more Good Morning Vail.
Woohoo!
Good morning, Vail.
My name's James, and I've been in the market for mortgages several times over the years, so I've gone through the process with different people. And when I met Andrea, she explained to me why my current loans were subpar and how she could get better loans with better rates.
If I had to describe Andrea in one word, I think I would use the word passionate. She is very passionate about what she does and getting the right solutions for her clients, and that made her an absolute pleasure to work with.
Hi, I'm Andrea Cox. You can reach me at 435-631-9262. Call me, text me, or you can reach me at my website, andreacoxmortgage.com.
Beautiful sandy beaches and lush tropical gardens make San Diego the perfect destination for your next luxury getaway. I'm Stephanie J. This is the Opulent Minute. This home has amazing charm and style. You'll feel refreshed in this La Jolla Shores beauty. I'm here with Lauren, the owner of Pop-Up Picnic Co. Tell us about the services you offer.
We're a luxury picnic service. Our claim to fame is one-stop picnic experience that we bring throughout San Diego.
Book Pop-Up Picnic Co. through our concierge services page on opulentvacations.com. The open concept living and dining room easily flow to a comfortable and inviting deck. The enclosed and spacious yard provide plenty of room for outdoor entertainment, with easy access to some of the best shopping and dining San Diego has to offer. Whether it's relaxing on the property or enjoying fun activities at the beach, the Shores Retreat La Jolla has something for everyone. Thanks for watching the Opulent Minute. Book now at opulentvacations.com.
Historic Deerfield is significant as a site because we're an important place in American history.
All but a few of the historic houses are on their original home lots. The original town plan from the 1670s is still in place. The town retains its original scale, and in many of the houses we have objects connected to Deerfield, the Connecticut River Valley, and New England. And all of this together helps to convey a deep sense of place.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Good morning, Vail.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I am here with Allie from the Bookworm in Edwards, and we're gonna get a little naughty today, kind of talking about some books, some rebels, talk about some banned books.
Oh yeah.
What about these banned books? What do you have to do to get banned?
So basically, you just have to get challenged, and then they have to accept the challenge and ban it from your school. It's usually parent groups who are doing the most of the challenges. And most of the time it's for, like, the number one thing they challenge books for is LGBTQ representation.
So there's a lot of different opinions, a lot of different interests or interpretations of some of these books. But then some of the teachers go, we need to bring this stuff back because it does send an important message, and it's a teachable message. Just because one person interprets things one way doesn't mean that's the way everyone's going to interpret it. So let's walk through it as a class and learn exactly what the writer's intentions were when they did the book.
Totally. Banned Books Week is the committee behind the Banned Books Week, obviously. And there's a lot of big players there, the American Library Association, the American Booksellers Association as well. And the slogan this year is censorship divides us, books unite us. And I think that falls under that category that you were talking about, using books. These are the top 10 most challenged books in 2020. They keep a record of the ones that are challenged each year. And that uniting, I think, comes from understanding different points of view. And I think reading is a really beautiful and safe way to do that.
I love that slogan. That is so cool. And again, that people are being brave and that they're going out fearlessly and trying to reintroduce these books with a different concept so that people truly, truly understand what the intentions were of the writer and how to read a book.
Of course.
And take from it everything that was intended.
Totally. And I think, kids aren't reading in a vacuum. They're doing it at school. They're doing it with their parents. And so I think, books are a great way to start a lot of these conversations and touch on a lot of these topics.
Well, you brought in 8 books. Let's take a look at these. The first one, The Bluest Eye.
I talked about this one last week. I totally am in love with Toni Morrison. Her writing is beautiful. I actually read this one when I was in high school. It's about a young black girl who wishes and hopes with everything in her that she becomes more beautiful. So she wishes for blonde hair and blue eyes. And so kind of talks about beauty from that point of view.
Ready Player One is the next.
This one was awesome. I love this one too. Steven Spielberg put it into a movie. I have no idea why this one was challenged. It's about video games in the 80s. It's post-apocalyptic, maybe some swear words, but sprinkled in. There's not a ton of them.
Yeah, and those 80s video games were so intense.
Totally.
Pac-Man, Donkey Kong. Yeah, those are some groundbreaking games.
Oh yeah.
And the next one is called Stamped.
This one's cool. This is the actually young adult version of Stamped. And I talked about this one last week too. Jason Reynolds there is the Banned Books Week ambassador this year. And this is basically a young adult Black history book. So
now, I've heard so much about this. This is a book I definitely want to read because I haven't yet. But I heard there's a lot in here, a lot of good takeaways.
Totally.
So
I read that version and it was awesome.
Good. Then we've got Speak.
Well, Lori Halls Anderson is one of my favorite authors, but this one it's a heavy book. It's about a high schooler who is sexually assaulted and goes mute afterwards. So it's kind of talking about those subjects and kind of how that affects people.
Wow. And that's so neat too. There's a lot of psychology in trauma and how trauma affects different people, and I think that's exactly what that book is about.
Yeah, totally.
Two Boys Kissing.
Oh, David Levitin is a gorgeous author. I love, love, love his style. This one is about 2 boys who go to break the world kissing record in a row for 36 hours. And the whole thing is narrated by people who died during the AIDS movement. So it's a history book in that way, but it's also a contemporary book as well.
Wow.
There's a lot in there. It's small, but there's a lot in there.
All American Boys is the next one. Jason Reynolds.
Yeah, he's back. Like I said last week, almost every one of his books has been challenged. This one is from 2 perspectives. A young black boy whose brother gets beaten to a pulp by a white police officer, and then that police officer's younger brother, because they're in school together. And so it's kind of like both perspectives on this police brutality issue.
Wow. And that's such a heated debate right now in our community as it stands anyway, with some defunding that wants to take place and different perspectives on that. So that would be a good one to read too. Ghost Boys, Jewel Parker Rhodes.
So it's similar to All American Boys, but it's for a younger audience. It's about a young black boy who gets killed by a police officer, and he's ushered into the afterlife by the likes of Emmett Till and kind of boys who were there from the beginning in that kind of issue. So I think both of these are great ways to kind of dive in and talk about these issues with kids.
And then the next one we have here is Prince and Knight. Daniel Hack and Stevie Lewis.
It's so sweet. The second one just came out a couple months ago. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a cute little story about a prince who's trying to find his princess but ends up finding love with a knight. And they, slay the dragon that's wreaking havoc on the town.
Wow.
Super
That's
cute.
neat. So, in looking at these books and going through them, there's no specific age group. It goes across all different age groups, grade levels, and things like that, which is very interesting. That way, you don't have to wait to get to a certain grade to start learning about some of these things and reading about it. You can start it at a young age.
Totally.
And then have our students grow up and learn about the different diversities and different interpretations as they move through middle school, high school, and then into the rest of their lives.
Totally. And they can start these conversations, in a safe place with their teachers, with their parents, and kind of start building this empathy for people who aren't exactly like them.
Wonderful. So all these books are available at the Bookworm.
And more. I just brought all that I could carry.
All you could carry. Well, neat. And the Bookworm, like we've talked about before, has such a great variety of books. The children books, the self-help books, the biographies, autobiographies, and things like that. It's such a wonderful place to go and browse. Maddie hangs out there all the time looking for her soulmate. So you'll see her wandering around too. She's a fixture of the Bookworm. And it was wonderful to have you on today, Ali.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming in and sharing. Every time you come in, it's an inspiration to all of us, and talking about what's going on there, and a lot of great events taking place at the Bookworm. You've got signings that come up.
Oh.
What's the next thing you've got?
This week is busy. Thursday night we have Josiah Hesse talking about Runner's High. So he's talking about the use of cannabis by athletes and how that improves their experience. He's been a marijuana journalist for like 15 years now. And then on Friday, we're calling it Reed Island Day. We have 3 back-to-back events with Nicole Magistro from Reed Island and Alice Fagan. So that'll be super fun. Story time, meet and greet, and then a traditional author event at the end of the night.
Perfect. Well, check that out and see what's coming up at the Bookworm, because there's always something fun. And thank you, Ali, again for coming on.
Thank you.
And we will be right back with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Hello, friends. I'm Eric Soonblad, one of your hosts of Eagle County Scoreboard, alongside the bestest of the co-hosts, Maddie Evans here. And Maddie, we've been having some fun times this summer debuting the scoreboard for Eagle County. Did you know we're at 10 episodes this week?
I know, it's crazy. Where has all of the time gone?
I have no idea. This whole year has just been a wild vortex of time. But we've got a wild fall sports season coming up for you after this summer of giving you some of the best hikes around Eagle County, starting things off, showing off boys lacrosse from Battle Mountain and Vail Mountain School. We transitioned into hiking. We showed you Davis Hermes, a local highline freestyle slackliner, and now the fall sports season has really kicked off, Maddie.
And I know that soccer's the big one right here, so that kickoff is perfect.
Yeah, we got soccer starting off with Battle Mountain and Vail Mountain School, and pretty soon we're going to be bringing you exclusive coverage of your Vail Ski and Snowboard Academy athletes, all of their training regimens, everything they're doing to get prepped to be the next Olympic stars. And then my favorite thing that's coming up this winter, Maddie.
The Vail Yetis hockey.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be providing you behind-the-scenes coverage of your Vail Yeti. We're going to be bringing you locker room interviews with the coach, and game analysis. So if you can't catch the Yeti in person, you can catch them on the scoreboard. That's starting later this winter, but right now, every single Monday evening at 6 p.m., you can catch a new episode of The Scoreboard, and then it debuts on our YouTube channel on Tuesdays. And remember, if you can't catch the score, you can always catch the scoreboard.
We're always fueling our curiosity here in the Vail Valley, and a great way to do that is to check out the Vail Symposium, especially because they've had so many great programs throughout the course of the summer, and they've got so many more to go. And I'm joined by Claire Noble first thing this morning to give us some more information on a very exciting upcoming event.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see everybody this morning. I was just thinking about how last week our program was on environmental awareness. Tomorrow night we've got a program on art. And then next week, I also want to talk about that one if we have some time, disaster preparedness. So I think that just gives you a sense of the diverse range of programming that we do at the Vail Symposium. And I do want to say one thing about last week's program. It was a long program. It was like almost 3 hours. And what I like to try to do is put experts together to talk. And this was a bunch of like sort of dogs and cats kind of topics that I just thought were fascinating. And one of them was about beavers and how beavers can help the West be fire resistant. So I had Dr. Sarah Marshall with the Colorado Heritage Program and Peter Sunnison, who used to be with Walking Mountains and is now with Eagle County Open Space. What I did not know when I put them together that Peter was kind of a fanatic about beavers. And now they're going to do some work together on introducing beavers to different parts of Eagle County. I might be overstating exactly what they're doing, but that was, you know, they're going to do some work on beavers that will hopefully benefit Eagle County.
I mean, absolutely incredible, and you facilitated that. How amazing.
I know. I mean, that's always kind of the hope when I put together programs that, I don't know, they'll become friends, maybe do work together.
Something will come out of it.
And I don't know if that ever actually happens, but, and then the other great story that came out of that program was that we did a segment on fermentation, as you guys recall. I brought in my not fermented root beer at one point. And I got a note from somebody in our community, Richard Dangler, who's a wonderful man, used to work with USAID, so he's gone into all kinds of dangerous spots around the world, who had a great story about sourdough starters and how his mom, growing up in Alaska in 1942, had a sourdough starter that had been started in like the late 1800s.
Wow.
Their family maintained that sourdough starter until 2008 when his sister died and she had been the keeper of the starter. But he had actually taken some with him overseas, which he actually kept alive until he was taken hostage at some point. But what a crazy story about fermentation. So I just love that about our community, that we've got so many interesting people kicking around this community.
I know.
So want to tell you about our upcoming programs. Tomorrow night we have Timothy Standring. And he's kind of a fan favorite. He's done programs with us a number of times over the last few years. He's a curator with the Denver Art Museum. So he's done a program with us on Rembrandt. He's done a program with us on Norman Rockwell. And the program they have this November is called Whistler to Cassatt. And it's about all of these American artists that went over to France and how the French influenced their artistic styles.
I mean, the pictures that we're going to show and the pictures that you sent over were absolutely incredible.
Sure. So one of those pictures, the one that's up right now, Mary Cassatt. So Mary Cassatt is interesting. Born in the middle 1800s and wanted to be an artist, which obviously her parents did not want her to do because it was not considered a proper thing for a woman.
Yes.
Women didn't have professions back then. And what's interesting is most of her subject matter are women and children, or mothers and their children, but she never married and never had kids because she thought that was incompatible with her life as an artist.
Wow.
So she went to France. Part of it was she tried to go to art school in Philadelphia and nobody would take her seriously because she was a girl. So she went over to France, but even in France, she couldn't go to the actual art schools. She had to hire some of the teachers to come and teach her herself. And she ended up spending the rest of her career in France. And, you know,
that's what she did.
That's what she had to do. Now, another one of the artists that I really liked, and I'd never heard of him before, Henry Osawa Tanner. And he was African American. So you can imagine that during the 1800s, he also didn't find a real welcoming audience in the United States. And this is his painting, The Rising of Lazarus. And I don't know if your television screen at home is doing it justice, but the lighting in that picture reminds me of the great masters.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't believe we don't know about this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad Timothy is bringing his works to the Denver Art Museum. But he also then spent most of his career in Paris.
Which is incredible, and such an incredible place for such a minority group of artists to become what they became through their lives.
And at the time, Paris was really a magnet and the sort of the world center for culture. And if you think about it, a friend was mentioning to me last night, you know, just a few decades after this, a lot of American writers went and spent time in France. If, you know, the 1920s, Ernest Hemingway and F. Scott Fitzgerald were spending a lot of that time in Paris.
I mean, I would go and spend time in Paris if I could, so I don't blame them.
So that's what we have going on tomorrow night. We'll be over at the Edwards Interfaith Chapel. And then next week, we have a webinar. So we're kind of doing a little bit of both, some in-person programs and some webinars. So next week's program is on disaster preparedness. And we have, I reached out to Birch Barron, who is disaster preparedness for Eagle County, and I said, I'd like to put together a webinar for people who are involved in Eagle County in disaster preparedness. And he sent me a list of like a dozen names. And I'm like, look, we're gonna have to cut it way down. So there's obviously a lot of people in our county that are on the job, if you will, preparing for the worst, thinking about it so we don't have to. But in the end, we shrunk it down to 4 people. And so we have Birch Barron, we have Sheriff Van Beek, representative from law enforcement. We have Chief Carl Bauer with the Eagle River Fire Protection District. And then we have Steve Vardaman with Eagle County Paramedic Services. So we tried to cover as many bases as we could. We have John Stavney, who was an Eagle County commissioner at one point. He's now with the Northwest Council of Governments. But he's going to be our moderator. He's really an amazing moderator. And I think with 4 people, it gives them all a little bit more time to talk. If we'd gone with a dozen, everybody would have gotten like 37 seconds to tell us what they did. But what I really want to find out is kind of how do they work together? Who's responsible for what? I mean, we've had a few weird things happen. We had the mudslide through Avon. Around the country, we've had things like the building collapse in Florida during the summer. And earlier this summer, I know that there was an active shooter drill in Eagle County. We have to think about these things because all of these things have happened other places and could definitely happen here. Certainly fire is something we've had kind of encroaching on our area that we need to be ready for.
Yeah, I didn't realize how scary and how ill-prepared I was. I was at the Eagle County Animal Shelter on Saturday and they were like, do you have a package prepared for your pet? And I was like, no.
That's such a great point because, you know, this is an area that's very, in particular, dog friendly, and you've got to get those guys out of here.
Yeah, you have to be ready with all of the stuff to make sure that yourself is taken care of, but also your fur babies are taken care of.
And then, of course, the pandemic. You know, it's been, and I just feel like, I mean, I've spent pretty much every summer since 2004 here, and I just don't remember 10 years ago having hazy skies and smelling smoke. And then just the last few years, fires very close to us this year. Of course, we had the Sylvan Lake fire. Last year, it was
the
over
Grizzly
in
Creek,
and Grizzly Creek. And then the year before that, it was the Lake Christine fire. So we've had a number of fires, big fires, very close to us.
Yeah. So these are all really great things to learn, and what a awesome band of people you have to come together to give you all of the aspects in case, I mean, if a building collapses, that paramedic is going to be what you want to know, how to help someone in that situation and being prepared for that situation.
Right, and we try to bring experts. And so, for instance, Timothy Standring tomorrow night, he's an expert on art. He's an artist himself. But when it comes to disaster preparedness, we have the experts in our community. And I really love it that I can call people up and say, hey, will you participate in a Vail Symposium program with us? And they're like, yeah, they're very happy to do it.
Which is so cool. And I mean, you guys still have more and more events coming.
Yes, we do. We're actually going into November this year, which we normally don't do. But we have a program at the end of October on It's part of the Great Decisions program, and this one is for people who want to really participate. And so we don't actually have a speaker coming in. We're going to watch a video that's prepared by the Foreign Policy Association, and then we have guided discussion. So everybody can share their opinions on it, and this one is on the Arctic and great power competition in the Arctic. With a lot of the Arctic ice melting, there's a lot more competition and activity in the Arctic between the United States, Russia, and China.
Wow. Oh my gosh, so always something so cool happening and so much learning to be done with the Vail Symposium. These are things that I did not think about. I learned so much about beavers just last week in talking to you that it was insane for me.
They're our allies.
I know. I didn't know. I just thought they were these cute little chunky animals that I was like, you guys build your own homes and it's adorable.
Yeah, and then, last week, another one of the great segments that people hadn't really thought about was seaweed and how much seaweed can really help in terms of aquaculture, both cleaning, it can clean pollutants out of the water, but also draw down carbon dioxide from the atmosphere.
I mean, absolutely incredible. Claire, we are all out of time. Thank you so much for coming in this morning and giving us all this great information. As always, I love Mondays. I love when you get to come in because I just feel like I learn so much every time.
Thanks. It's so great to be here, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to promote our programs.
Of course. Thank you for coming in. Make sure that you go to vailsymposium.org. Get your tickets for all the upcoming events. Register for the webinars. There are still so many great events taking place through the Vail Symposium, and it's a great way to expand your knowledge on so many different things. Art is one of my favorites, so I'm going to definitely try and be there tomorrow night. Coming up next, we've got a short break and then more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
With its world-famous sandy beaches, stunning postcard views, and a laid-back beach town vibe, welcome to San Diego. I'm Stephanie J. This is the Opulent Minute. Escape today to Whitefield Vistas in La Jolla. Originally built in 1928, this recently remodeled estate maintains its quaint classic feel while impressing with its rustic modern charm and bright decor. I'm here with Sarah with Toddlers Travels. Tell us a little bit about what services you provide.
We're a full-service baby and beach equipment rental company for travelling families coming to San Diego, so you can travel hassle-free with young children.
Book now through our concierge services page on opulentvacations.com. Renowned master architect Russell Forrester designed the living room and downstairs suite, as well as the expansive decks surrounded by tropical gardens with an ocean view. This home is perfect for your next luxury vacation. Thanks for watching the Opulent Minute. Book now at opulentvacations.com.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
My name's James, and I've been in the market for mortgages several times over the years, so I've gone through the process with different people. And when I met Andrea, she explained to me why my current loans were subpar and how she could get better loans with better rates.
If I had to describe Andrea in one word, I think I would use the word passionate. She is very passionate about what she does and getting the right solutions for her clients, and that made her an absolute pleasure to work with.
Hi, I'm Andrea Cox. You can reach me at 435-631-9262. Call me, text me, or you can reach me at my website, andreacoxmortgage.com.
Historic Deerfield is significant as a site because we're an important place in American history.
All but a few of the historic houses are on their original home lots. The original town plan from the 1670s is still in place. The town retains its original scale, and in many of the houses we have objects connected to Deerfield, the Connecticut River Valley, and New England. And all of this together helps to convey a deep sense of place.
All aboard!
Step on. Take a look around. And take a listen. Relax to the rhythm of the train on the tracks. For the kids and a kid in all of us. The Leadville, Colorado and Southern Railroad.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to more Good Morning Vail. I am here with Juan Pena, who is running for the Eagle County School Commission. And I've got Juan here too, who's like a walking billboard. He can see himself in the TV. And you've got Juan Pena for Board of Education. Yeah. Well, Juan, it's a pleasure to meet you,
Nice
sir.
to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Let's talk about what you're looking to do.
Well, I just decided I was gonna. I'd been asked more than once, and I think it's time to finally accept the nomination and run for Board of Education. I've grew up in the Valley, grew up in Minturn, and then me and my wife decided to move to Gypsum. I've been active with the kids in the school system. Probably I have a senior and a junior in high school, and I've been active with them since they were in kindergarten. I've grown up as PTO president, volunteered many hours at Red Hill Elementary and Gypsum Creek Middle School. And when the girls went to high school, they said, "You should run for Board of Education." And I go, that's not me. And then took some time away from school, and he was getting ready to come to us, and so it just wasn't a good time. And they called me this summer, and they're like, "Do you ever think about running for Board of Education again?" And I go, I think we can do this.
Awesome.
And so it's been great. I spent a lot of time with the teachers and kids, and got to know them as they've grown up, and I think it's a good thing. I think it's something that I can help contribute to our kids.
Wonderful. Well, it's a big job because you are going to be in a position to start setting guidelines and setting rules and how things operate. And at that point, you'll be the voice of the parents, the students, the community in how our schools start acting and responding to certain situations. What are some of your top topics that you're going to run on?
A lot of it is we just want to continue the education. We want to progress. I know there's a new policy changing for the grading system. I want to be on board with that. Make sure that it runs smoothly. We have such a diverse group of kids, and we want to make sure that we're including with inclusion and diversity and equity with these kids. I want to make sure that all of this can run smoothly. The ultimate goal is to prepare these kids for success in life. Whether it's secondary education like college, or if they want to just go into the workforce, we want to make sure that they're prepared for this. The other thing that I want to continue on is there's so much programs at the school that we need to embrace. Last year with school the way it was, with we were able to keep kids in school. It was neat, some of these kids that you think that a senior in high school, and their passion is drama, and to take that away from them would be horrible. So last year they were actually able to do some of these things. They were able to do athletics, they were able to do drama, and we just need to keep that up because every single kid is different, and every single kid has a different niche. And it's part of our job as the school board, the teachers, and the parents to find that niche for the kids so they can be successful at what they want to do.
Yes, with the diversity of our community, we need to maintain that diversity in our programming so that everybody benefits.
Yeah.
So that when Juan gets up there in the grades, he has that too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's great to see that my kids have been through the system from kindergarten all the way to graduation. I've been through the system from kindergarten through graduation, and junior is going to be going here in a couple of years. It's good to be part of that process and stay involved.
Good. Well, are you going to be out anywhere giving speeches and talking more about what you're running on so that people can come ask questions and meet with you?
I'm free to open suggestions. Right now, excuse me. Right now, what I've been doing is we had a group a couple weeks ago, or actually this weekend, and we had Battle Mountain alumni, and it was neat to see some of the supporters that I had never even met, because they were actually older than me. They were younger than me, and they came to support me because they're Battle Mountain alumni. I've been busy. I still do some volunteer work with the schools. So like last night they had the Four Eagle Wild West Day night. That was Saturday night. And I couldn't attend because I was actually doing some stuff with the kids. So a lot of it is, as I'm out there, I have a walking billboard, and I'm always free for open Q&A,
Awesome. Well, the best of luck to you, Juan. We look forward to seeing the results, and you and Juan out there on the campaign trail.
Yeah.
So thank you again for coming in.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Yep, and don't forget we're running with a group of friends, colleagues that I've met, and we have Michelle, Dan, Delia, and they've all been super great.
Perfect. Well, it sounds like a good group of individuals there. They're up on the camera now. So those are the candidates with Juan Pena.
And I did forget Kelly, but I've met her about 13 years ago from Wild West days. And they're all awesome people.
Well, thank you again, Juan. And we will be back with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Eric Sundblad with Good Morning Vail here alongside Maddie Evans. As always, Maddie, we've been having a blast bringing everyone Good Morning Vail back into their lives, but something has been missing, Maddie. Something has been missing.
I'm so excited. The watch and wins. We're giving things away.
This was the favorite part of our show back in the day. We love to give away free prizes. In just a few short weeks, we are going to be back with more watch and wins.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Well, hello, friends. Eric Sundblad here from the Scoreboard. If you're looking for the best place to catch all the updates on your Eagle County sports, well, that's right here on TV8 on the Scoreboard or thescoreboardnation.com. We're bringing you the Battle Mountain Huskies, Eagle Valley Devils, Vail Mountain School Gore Rangers, and your Vail Yeti hockey team, plus plenty more here on the Scoreboard.
Whew, that was a quick hour.
That was a quick hour. A lot of inspiration going on, enrichment happening, a lot of learning about different things. It's a good show.
It was a great show, and we've got another great show for you in store tomorrow. We'll be live from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. We're going to be doing a watch and win, so you need to make sure that you're tuning in because we're going to be giving away 2 tickets to one of the Underground Sound Series concerts.
Ooh, good prize.
Good prize. Happy Monday, everyone. Get out there and enjoy those cooler temperatures.
Coming up right now, anti-vaxxers start getting the pink slip no matter how many decades they spent with one company.
Also coming up, are books making a comeback? Ooh, I hope so. It's the hardcover industry that's